And we're back on the SEO lab here with Alison and I. We are together helping local business owners leverage their Google business profile. And last week, we actually had the opportunity to have a special guest and a friend of ours, plumber Tom, come in and tell us his experience with the Google business profile and listening to our podcast. How was that
Yeah.
interview, Alison? Like it
I
was,
thought
it
I
was
thought it was
so
great.
genuine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, really, really good. So I really look forward in future having more guest local business owners on the podcast and hear what it's from their side of things, what it's like to running a business and doing the marketing and Google business profile and whether it's working and how it's working, what they're doing. He had some great tips, I thought, as far as Google reviews, that how he gets them. I mean, good old
Yeah.
communication with your clients. That's what it's
Yeah,
about with
yeah.
Tom.
And
Yeah,
he was very personable,
yeah,
genuine guy, and actually, like really cared about his customers.
yeah, for
And
sure.
it shows in his reviews.
Yes,
And he said you could see that. So it was really good to see it from a business owner's point of view on, what that means if you spend time on your Google business profile, if go to the effort of getting Google reviews. He was perfect example of getting results from putting the work in, wasn't it?
exactly, exactly. And local's so important for him. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Not so conversational today. This is all very bit techy, but anyway,
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
owners have to know a bit of the tech as well.
Yeah, and we're going through, we've been talking about AI and we'll continue probably talking about AI. But,
Yes.
we've got three new Google AI updates, don't we?
Just in the last week. So this is really fresh off the press. So
Mm.
for business owners, it's an awareness of as we keep saying, there's changes, and the fact that there's always changes in Google Business Profile that Google is doing is really showing the importance of the profile from Google's point of view. Now, the fact that they're rolling out so many different changes. So this first one is about Google Analytics. Now, I'm not sure how many business owners have their websites connected to Google Analytics, but and Google Search Console, but it is a gold mine of data.
Mm.
Now, Google has made it even easier for local business owners because their Google business profile can be connected now directly to Google Analytics.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
not only awesome for the clients, but it's awesome for people like us.
yeah, it is because previously what we have always done, we put what's called a UTM tag on the website link so that it shows in Google Analytics because it does separate organic traffic into, it actually shows up as GBP local.
Yeah.
Because we want attribution to ourselves that those
Mm.
clicks on the website are coming from the profile because
Yeah.
otherwise the website takes all the credit. And actually, we know from our data that there's 50 clicks per month to the website. So putting the UTM tag, which is a bit of a manual process, and obviously business owners won't be tagging it. We do it on all our clients so that we can, so it shows them and us, and if they've got someone doing SEO on the website, what's coming from the profile. But
Mm.
now, if you go into Google Analytics and you go down to the left-hand side, you go to admin, you go down to products, the Google products, and there's the product links or the Google products, and you can link. And there's now Google Business Profile there.
That's awesome.
So you click on that. Now, there's always a few limitations though. So we can't get too excited yet, but because you've got to make sure that you are at least the manager or owner of the Google Business Profile. And you are also permission within the Google Analytics as well, not just viewer or whatever like that. So make sure you've got the right permissions to
Yeah.
connect them. And at this point in time, what's showing in Google Analytics directly from the profile is what you would see on the Google Business Profile dashboard performance anyway. There's nothing new.
Mm.
But Google does have a history of rolling things out in a simple version and then adding to it as it gets rolled out. Now, this is rolled out globally. I've seen it already today, and I've connected, a couple directly into the Google Analytics dashboard. So the data will start coming through. So it's there already. And then what you're basically at this point in time seeing what you'd see in the Google dashboard, which is the calls, the directions, the messages, and the website clicks in Google Analytics. Whereas previously you had to have a UTM tag and you would only see website clicks. You wouldn't see
Mm.
the phone calls, you wouldn't see the messages, and you wouldn't see the directions. Whereas you see all that in Google Analytics if you link them all.
Yeah.
And there's actually one profile this morning I saw where when you're in the dashboard and you've got the tiles like, add a post, ask for a review, there was actually a Google Analytics tile, and that was from the Google Business Profile dashboard. So I clicked that and that took me to Google Analytics from within Google Business Profile. So this will become more and bigger,
Yeah.
obviously. So it's just the start.
It's you got to ask yourself for people for marketers out there, like why wasn't this done
Oh, yeah.
so many years ago?
Yes, yes.
They made it so difficult with us having to use UTM tags
Uh,
just to track things.
and
It's
and
the
and
same product.
yes, yes, yes.
You know what
And
I
you'd
mean? How
be,
frustrating is it?
I know you'd be logging into different things, and you got three
Yeah.
or four different platforms, and if you're doing Google Ads as well, and all that sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
yes, finally, yes, they are connected, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more options, and it'll be rolled out even further. So, but it's there already. I mean, Google only announced it several days ago,
Mm.
and I've seen it not. Depends once again on the permissions you have and for the analytics account as well as the Google Business Profile. So just
Yeah.
make sure you've got the right permissions but there it is under product links is now a Google
Yeah.
Business Profile. So it will be awesome. I don't know why I've only seen it in one profile, the actual analytics tile within the Google Business Profile. I've only seen it in
Mm.
one profile, but anyway, it's a start and
Yeah.
yeah, be very
It
useful.
Yeah, for people like us, it's
Mm,
extremely useful. I
yeah,
know for business owners, they don't wouldn't probably log into Google Analytics, but it means if you have someone like Alison managing your Google Business
mm,
Profile, they'll be able to provide you with better insights onto what's actually happening.
yep,
So I think that's, the biggest win
yep, yep.
for
Certainly
this.
is.
Hmm.
So the next one I want to sort of mention is Ask Maps, which was rolled out in March and it's slowly going globally. So this is sort of a bit different from the Google Analytics connection, which is everywhere within several days. Ask Maps is in the US and India at the moment, and not quite here in Australia. But I want business owners to be aware that it's coming because looking at what's happening in the States, that you need your profile completely filled out, all those attribute sections, all those services, which you can have up to about 60 or whatever. I don't even know if there's an upper limit to tell you the truth. Ask Maps is pulling directly from there as well as your website and other data. And the conversations that people are having on Ask Maps are just like what people are doing on ChatGPT. It really is conversational. And if you haven't told Gemini, which is what Ask Maps is based on, if you haven't told Gemini about every bit of your business, when that conversation happens within Maps, you will be invisible.
Hmm.
And you really need for Australian business owners, it's quite fortunate in a way because we can see what's happening with this first. And so you've got time to make sure that your profile is absolutely complete in every way for you to be part of Ask Maps.
Yeah.
And Google seems to be putting more and more features in this Ask Map. So you can see it's going to be really important. The latest one, which once again is only probably just this week, is when you're in the search bar in Google Maps and you're searching for a cafe or something like that, what's coming underneath the search bar is look at the recent offers, look at these offers. And they are offers of businesses in that area that you're looking at.
Mm. So
So
these offers been pulled
from the
from the
profile,
post.
so recent offers. So if you're on Maps and you're looking for a restaurant or a cafe or a plumber or whatever, if they've got an offer like free on site, obviously just about every trade does a free on site, quote or site visit. Or we are talking
Mm.
to a gardener who does free gutter assessments for it's autumn or fall at the moment, and there's all leaves and gutters, and he was offering a free gutter assessment to because people don't realize just how much leaves are in the gutters. So he puts a camera up or whatever like that, and he's offering that as free. That's the type of thing. If someone goes to Google Maps and is looking for, lawnmower or handyman near me, and there's a offer like that, it has been shown across the top of the search bar and was actually in red. I
Mm.
saw this, and the offer is on the Google business profile and was showing offers of businesses that were in the area that was connected with that search that you were looking for that type of business. So if you're the only business with an offer, it's your offer that's going to be showing for that
Yeah.
search. So,
Wow.
yeah, so, and there's also, we've spoken about the what's new or what's happening. That's another feature on Ask Maps, which
Mm.
once again, you've on Google Business Profile, there's an event post that you can do. So there's three types of different Google Business Profile posts. There's updates, offers, and events. And Google is
Mm.
pulling straight from them. So if you've got an event like I mean, this is classic, Jose. We should put this event on a Google Business Profile, a podcast. I mean, that we
Wow.
do. I mean, so if someone's looking for local SEO or something rather, and they're on Maps because they want to see what's in the area,
Yeah.
because sometimes that's easier to see because they want someone local or they want someone Melbourne based or Australian based or something like that. And you're doing a webinar and it's on Google Business Profile events. Oh, goodness, why didn't we think of this? That, but mind you, Ask Maps isn't in Australia yet, but it will come up if
Yeah.
it's particularly if it's on the day that we're doing it.
Mm.
Or we're
Wow.
doing it, or we're doing the events in advance. So there'll be a strategy we'll start doing. But you can see how interactive it is. And so if you click into that event or that offer, it takes you to the Google Business Profile with that offer and the event, and which can go to a link to an Eventbrite or a
Mm.
voucher for the offer or whatever it is. But and you can ask Maps all about the offer.
Wow.
So, or the event, whatever the event
Yeah.
is, or, might even take you to Spotify. And do you want to see the last? It's so conversational. Do you want to see the last podcast that this local SEO company was doing? And or it'll be conversation. And the idea is that, eventually you'll be doing, whether it happens, but I'm sure it probably will, transactions within the Google ecosystem. So you're probably not even leaving there because you're getting all the information
Yeah. Yeah.
just there. So,
Jeez.
so Ask Maps is becoming really important and really big, and you need to have the data for to be part of that. So if you're doing any sort of offer, any sort of event, and tell Google about every single service that you do. So it's your information that is part of the conversation, so that you're
Mm.
recommended within the map ecosystem as well.
And if you've been, so what we're talking about is a feature that is already been released
Mm.
in other countries. hasn't been released in Australia, but if you're implementing everything, as soon as they release this feature, it's like you're going to benefit straight away.
Exactly.
And that's the crazy thing about what we talk about because Google keeps on rolling stuff out.
Yeah, that's right. And if you do things, and especially as we talked about, having that profile complete, so it's a database for AI, and particularly Gemini with maps, because there's no doubt about the Google ecosystem. They're the only one with Google Business Profile, and Google Maps is such a big feature. So no other ChatGPT or Claude, they haven't got that type of local business AI connection through all these different platforms. So, look, maximize it as much as you possibly can. So, and then that gets on to the third update, which is, and I mean, you've sort of pointed out many times, Jose, that, business owners, they're doing so much all the time,
Yeah.
connect to Google Analytics and make sure that you've got everything for Ask Maps as well as, ChatGPT. So the next feature is to do with the overwhelm in a way for local business. It is a massive shift. I'm just interested to see where this goes. But it's not in Australia yet, but it is connecting your Google business profile and Gemini together.
That is
And
opportunities right there.
and so AI can help a business owner manage their Google business profile.
Wowzers.
Yes,
That's
convers
scary.
Yes. It's all sorts of things.
I
Converse,
know.
yeah, I know. So I mean, so from our point of view, we're more about strategy and tactics. If you're
Yeah.
just if you're just doing filling out the profile, Gemini is going to be doing that for business owners going forwards. They
Mm.
can have a conversation with Gemini to say, um, fill in my services because this is what Google wants business owners to do. And Google knows that a lot of the smaller businesses aren't doing it and Google needs it to
Yeah.
provide their answers within the AI system. So
Mm.
it wants business owners to do it. It knows that they're in overwhelm. So they're making it easier to get which goes to show how important the profile is that
Mm.
Google wants the profile to be complete and it's using Gemini. So you can connect Gemini to your profile and Gemini will even nudge the business owner. Have you got all your services filled out? I've even seen Google's release saying that your opposition is doing this, but you're not doing this. This
Wow.
is what Gemini is saying within
Jeez.
Google's business profile. Um, you can change your hours, your holiday hours, whereas you would just chat to Gemini as a business owner and say, there's a public holiday coming up or whatever like that. This, we are not open, or we have now got extended opening hours, and you would conversationally tell Gemini to update your profile by talking to it. Um,
That
yes.
is that's exciting. I'm looking for a connector now. You know, if they're going to connect it to Gemini, do you think they're going to let other LLMs in?
Don't know. There's a lot of provisos at this point in time, but once again,
Yeah.
like the analytics, it's in the smaller version at the moment, but goodness knows where this is going to go.
Mm.
Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but whatever, the UK and Europe, the, it's Google says it's not available to them.
Mm.
So I don't know if that means further down the track or whatever, whether I don't know why, but um, Australia will get it, definitely. To provide the limitations at this point in time is quite immense. So
Mm.
um, you have to be. a single location Google Business Profile.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to play with this because you have to have just one location. You have to have your email that's your Google account that's associated with that one location has to be personal and not a business or Google workspace. Now, we have multiple locations and they're all on business and workspace emails. So I found one profile, I think, and I couldn't find the Gemini connection with that one, but I haven't played around. So at the moment, it is obviously focused to very small business owners.
Mm.
So you can only have one location and it has to be on a personal Gmail, say.
Jeez. What's the play here?
Well, that's the
What are
simplest
they up
version.
to?
That's the
Mm.
simplest version to roll out is exactly that.
Mm.
I'm sure this will change, but and I just suddenly thought of something just right now. If we can go back to Google Analytics, you know how we've got the Google Business Profile going to Google Analytics. If you've got multi-location, it doesn't separate it. It's all in one. So
Yeah.
just, which is a big pain. But anyway,
Yeah.
just made me think of it. So to roll out this Gemini thing with multi-locations and franchises and things like that, I could imagine would be quite difficult with Gemini to
Yeah.
get all these things. And also, you do have to have human overview because I mean we see it all the time, not all the time, but Google puts in services and updates attributes in the Google Business
Yeah.
Profile, and they're not right.
Yeah.
So is it going to be a mess? I don't know.
I I can see it being messy.
Yes, so can I.
It's like, yeah, no worries. Let's just suggest this.
Mm.
It's like that. You had an example of a photo that had a dog in the photo, and it was a plumber or something like that, and I couldn't remember what it was in the but it was something similar. The AI thought it was a vet because there was a dog in the photo. I can't remember
Yes.
that
Yeah.
example, but this is what we're doing. What happens when we let AI take over?
Yeah.
So that's why there needs to be that human
Yes.
interaction or that person there to guide it.
I mean, I think it will be easier for a business owner to be conversational and you're not going into a dashboard.
Yeah.
And I haven't worked out this part, but alongside Gemini being connected with the profile, Gemini will also automatically create a business notebook. And I think that's where the conversation is going to happen within this
Mm.
business notebook. I don't know where this is living, whether it's in the dashboard or whatever, but there's going to be like a Claude artifact, if you know what that is, business owners, or widget or something, or a tile, which is interactive. And on that business notebook will be the conversation about your Google business profile. That's how I'm reading it at the moment. And
Mm.
so business owners won't need to go into the profile dashboard at all. They'll just go to this notebook and talk with Gemini
Phew.
about their profile.
Jeez.
Wow, it's big,
That's
isn't it?
risky. It's risky. It's risky. We'll,
It's
we'll I think we'll have to, to be continued this episode.
when it comes out and just see how it pans out.
Yeah.
And as I said, the limitations are you have to be a single profile. It has to be a personal Gmail, and that is a very specific, you can see the demographics. It's just looking at your, I assume, just your local cafe, so that if your menu changes and you can provide up-to-date data really easily and really quickly. That's what obviously Google wants. Accuracy, fresh data, constantly done, and it's trying to make it as easy as possible for
Mm.
small businesses. But you must oversee it. And the thing I don't know, with AI, it's so easy to get lazier,
Yes. Yes. And that's what will happen.
to just assume the AI is always right. And as we know, it
Mm,
isn't.
mm.
And but anyway, we'll see how that plays out. But because I mean, Pinpoint Leica, we've got very limitations because I don't think we've got any profiles that qualify for the Gemini connection at
Yeah,
this
right.
point in time. So I'll have to. I used to have a couple of dummy test profiles, but that's, it's too hard now to keep them in video verification and that. So,
Mm.
yeah, anyone out there? From what I can gather, you have to go into Gemini. When you're on Google Chrome, go into Gemini itself. And if you're in your Google account, go to Gemini and just put in the search bar, in the chat bar, my business, Google My Business or something or other. It should come up, and there may be a connect button, and you just press the connect and you're connected.
Wow. I'll be searching for a profile to test that
Yeah, yeah,
one.
you try and find a profile and connect
I
it.
think we're gonna have to wrap it up there. We've got
Yeah,
gone through some pretty technical
yeah.
things, for business owners. So what is one thing that a business owner can take from this episode,
I
Alison?
really think it's rolled out everywhere in Australia. Connect your Google business profile to Google Analytics.
Mm,
I think that's going to be a big thing that, to
yeah,
get to know what's really happening with your profile. And I
yeah,
think the data will get bigger, and Google will probably provide, like at the moment, it's only 6 months and things like that. There might be all sorts of things in the future. So if you connect it now, it's quite easy. And then start getting that data into analytics. So
yeah,
it may be the first time business owners have heard of Google Analytics, but
yeah.
if you have, it's pretty easy to connect it. So,
Mm.
and that's
So
what
if
Google's about. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And if you don't know how to, you've probably got a web designer or a
Mm.
marketing agency. Just ask them to
Yeah.
just set up that connection.
Yeah. Just look under product links, and Google Business Profile is there, and you'll start getting it through.
Awesome.
But
Perfect.
yes, there we
Awesome.
go. So, but AI and Google Business Profile Management.
Oh, look out. Awesome. Thank you for your insights. It's been
Mm,
really beneficial, and I look forward to our next episode and seeing what else Google brings out in the
yeah.
in the world of AI. So it's exciting times.
Yep.
Thank you
Good
so
one.
much, Alison. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Cheers.
Chat
Bye.
soon. Bye.